Hello my bibs. Today I feel like doing something kind of like everyday makeup, everyday glam, but also something that might be okay for like my wedding day kind of vibes. How many times do I say vibes on a daily basis? It's really disturbing. My skin today looks a little bit irritated. It's weird because this is like where I get congestion. This side cleared up so good. Look at that, like perfect. No scarring. It just looks lovely. And then this side is like a little bit like tender. I haven't even been like squeezing it or anything. It's just a bit irritated. So I honestly don't know what's happening there. The rest of my skin looks so lovely right now. Like I've really been taking really good care of my skin, double cleansing, making sure to use like lots of nice oils and serums and things. And it's really paid off, obviously. Like my skin health just looks stunning. It's just a bit of irritation down here. So I'm gonna do my hair at the end of the video because yeah, I let it air dry yesterday. It's a little bit crazy. And we're gonna use my brand new Native Flora and Fauna palette today. And I'm gonna use, I think, some of the more like everyday glam shades just to show you, like, obviously you don't have to do bright green makeup or anything with this palette, duh. But some of these shades in the corner are so pretty just for like day to day, and I want to show you how I do it. And we're going to use a bunch of different brands just all over my face. We're going to switch it up and might use some brand new things too, so a little bit of a first impressions. I've got this, and honestly I've been putting it off for ages because I just feel like I won't like it. It's the tape, well I always say tape shape tape by Tarte, the Pore and Prime Balm. And it is in this little packaging and it looks like this, and it's got a little sponge in here. I'm assuming you just use your fingers to or whatever, but that's how it looks. And it's like a balm and you just like pat it in. It doesn't feel too similar to stuff like Professional, which is like one of my lesser favorite kind of textures of primer, but it's got that vibe, you know. So I'm just gonna like use my finger, I think, and I'm just gonna push it around my face. I'm not gonna use too much because I don't want my makeup to feel like it's gonna slide around, but I just want to see if it helps to make my makeup go on like extra smooth. It is very lightweight. You can blend it out into a real thin layer, which does, you know, impress me. It doesn't feel real thick and gooey, so that's good. I'm gonna apply a very thin layer just over where I've got some texture. Alright, so far honestly it doesn't feel that bad. I thought it would feel way more heavy. It feels like invisible, and it does make my skin look really buttery soft, so it'll be interesting to see what it looks like, obviously with the foundation on top. I think I'm just gonna add a little bit of this. And this is the Revlon Skin Lights Face Glow Illuminator in the shade Sunrise Luster. I feel like I've used maybe a different shade in this or a similar shade. I just thought I'd chuck some on. Ooh, the color is stunning. It's like a champagne kind of vibe. Look at this. Wow, like a golden champagne kind of tan color. So I'm just going to apply that around the outer edges of my face more, and it feels so hydrating. I feel like Revlon's so underrated with their base products. I feel like a lot of them are so bomb. I mean, I used to use their foundation at high school for like probably what, like 10 years nearly. I mean, maybe not 10, definitely at least like 5 years religiously. This eyebrow, like he's on crack. Right, and I think I'm going to do my makeup first and do like a really lifted eye look for every day. This soft wing liner and just like all of my favorite vibes. And because this is like kind of like bridal vibes as well, like I just want to keep it really nice and bright and just like light but glam. Light glam. Blue smoothie again today. Hamish has made me. He's like making them for me most mornings and it's honestly great. I love it. This one tastes so much better than some of his others. Like I think it's because he uses this different he uses his protein powder, which he was just kind of using to use up. And this one's made with, I think, the raspberry and white chocolate by Luxe, and it's just a bit like, I love the fruitier flavor rather than just like chocolate. I mean, sometimes I like chocolate, but do you know what I mean? Like I prefer a fruitier flavor. Doesn't really look fruity, but it's delicious and very nutritious too, because we put in this like blue spirulina powder and some other like added little supplements to make it really nice. Some vitamins and all that kind of jazz. So this here is Swan, that's the color. Born This Way Sculpting Concealer. I'm just going to kind of go around my brows with this and just conceal my lids. I might just like pop some around the edges too. And then I like to use my jewel-ended petal brush. This looks really crazy. Oh bless. I'm just gonna go around the edges and just concealing around my eyebrows. Literally makes them look so much nicer, sharper, more groomed, and it makes them look less red overall as well, like just because all the redness of my eyelids is gone. If there was something I could do to get rid of all the veiny look, like the veiny appearance of my eyelids, like I'd be on that in an instant. But as far as I know, you know, like laser and stuff for vein removal is like dangerous, very close to the eyes obviously, so I don't really know if there's anything I can do about it, but it is definitely like a bit of an insecurity of mine. Like I would love to be able to fix that. It's just that I've got such thin skin on my eyelids, so I can't really, like, what are you gonna do? My skin looks so beautiful, like the texture. The makeup is gliding on top like a dream. It just feels so hydrated. I am gonna add a little bit of, oh, it's right here, my P.O.BOX base in the shade The Rumor 02. Honestly, the eyeshadows work really good without a primer too, but I'm obsessed with this primer and it does make a difference, just making all the colors just absolutely pop and just go on so lovely. So it's up to you if you want to use a primer or not. I think with bridal makeup though, like especially bridal makeup, it's a good idea. I'm just making my eyebrows a little bit thinner. This brush is straight up like a must in my collection. I'm obsessed with it. It's so handy. Fun fact, a brush like this, like without the double ended, but that kind of brush, I'm pretty sure was my first ever makeup brush I bought, and I think I got it for like proper makeup brush, and I think I got it from the Body Shop, the Roback, and it wasn't cheap like at all, but I was like yes, and I used it for like all my foundation, but then I found better foundation brushes for like my actual foundation, but just for like blending out concealer and blending out contour and applying products, it's so good. And this one for like the precise areas. Alrighty guys, so first I'm going to take Rudu and I'm going to apply this with a fluffy blender brush by XO Beauty, and I'm kind of like patting it first and then I'll blend it out. I'm not too worried about the shape because I'm going to clean it up with concealer, and then once we've got the colour down, I'm going to softly blend this all the way across, and it just blends like a freaking dream. Like butter. Look at that. Just want it to be nice and seamless. Nice little circular kind of motions all the way to the edge. And then next up I'm going to take a firm blender brush this time with a tiny bit of Wicker, which is like the mustardy kind of color, and this is just gonna warm up the crease. I'm putting it like more in the deeper part of the crease and really blending it into Rudu. Ugh, I can't roll my eyes properly. I'm still practicing. Once again, just like lots of circular motion. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, I just clicked my ankle. Could you hear that? How to know you're getting old? You just click more and more and more and more and more times through each day. I literally like move slightly. I'm like, oh, like I just click 8 different areas of my body. But hey, I love aging. It's good. It's good. Now I'm just going to take whatever is left on my brush. A little bit of primer. And I'm going to do a very soft cut crease. And then I'm going to take a dense shadow brush with P.O.BOX, which is the most stunning, like everyday colour. It works on so many different skin tones. It's just the perfect kind of like beige, rose gold hybrid. It's flattering AF. I'm going to apply that over most of the lid, and I'm kind of blending it into where it meets with the crease because I don't want it to be like a harsh cut crease, just like ever so slightly. You can wet this color too if you want it to be like super liquefied metallic looking, but I'm just keeping it dry today. And I'm also going to apply that to my brow bone. Now I'm going to take the shade Kiwi, and I'm using that same firm blender brush, and I'm going to pat that on the outer corner like this, like a little line, and then just keep blending it, and then with whatever is left on the brush, blending it inward too, into the crease a little. Oh my gosh, sorry if I'm like breathing real heavy. Hay fever today. I woke up this morning and I was like, oh, Hamish woke up yesterday morning. He's like, am I getting sick? I was like, Hamish, I swear to God, it's hay fever again. Like, it seems to just come in big waves. Like, is it because it's been storming? Has it been kicking up all the pollen around my house? Like, I don't know what it is. Ironic how my palette is all about loving nature, and here I am bitching about hay fever. Honestly, hay fever can get wrecked. I absolutely love flowers, I love the nature, I love trees, I love everything about everything else except the hay fever. The hay fever can get wrecked. By the way, if you're not from New Zealand or Australia, I think you guys call it other things overseas, like allergies. Like, I think that's just like the blanket term, allergies. But yeah, anyways, I wish my body was just not so weak, to be honest. And there we go, just keeping it very soft. Oh, I love it. Of course you can intensify a little bit. I might just intensify like one more little layer just to make it quite deep on that outer corner. And this is such a beautiful brown, because even though it is like that chocolatey warm brown, it's not like a red based brown. Like we've done that and we did some like in the Heaps of Sweets palette. So this time I just wanted to do one that really like applied kind of neutral with just that little hint of a warm undertone so that you could still use it with some of these cooler colors and it would just balance the eye makeup look out, which I actually really want to use Maui in a tutorial and show you how to use that color because it can be quite intimidating for some people, I think, because you know we haven't been using warm tones cool tones for a while. Like we've really been all about like, you know, gold colors and things for a long time in terms of trends. So those silvery colors have been a bit lost and I really want to show you guys how you can wear it in just like the most glam look. So if you guys are keen, let me know. And I'm sure heaps of you guys have like various types of like silvery type of tones at home anyway, if you don't have this palette too, that you can like recreate the look with. And that color was kind of like inspired by one of my favorite Tom Ford eyeshadows that I used way back. It was like my first ever Tom Ford palette. I don't think you can get it anymore. And it was inspired, it's not the same, but it was inspired by the looks I used to create with this palette. It was like a little trio years and years ago. Tiny touch more because now I can just see I just want it to be a little bit more intense. I'm taking a small amount of Manuka, which is the like white gold, and I'm going to add that to the very highest point of my brow bone. I'll probably put this on my inner corner a bit later too. And then to finish off, I am going to do a little winged liner using the shade Falcon. I'm just going to use this random Sephora brush and we will clean up the edges so it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just going to go about halfway. Once again, you can actually wet the mattes too if you want to make it into like a more intense liner effect, but I just want it to be very soft since the inspiration for this is also like bridal vibes and just like everyday vibes. But if you're going for like a super glam look, you might want to just wet it and make it like extra intense if that's like what you like to do. Just depends on the look you're going for. Flicking it out quite far because we are cleaning it up. I'm going to take a little bit of Manuka just on my finger and apply that right on the ball of my eye just to make it really bright. Oh my god, stunning. Stunning. Okay, time to clean it up. This is fun. I love doing this part. I'm actually going to just wipe up the edges first. Just using this. I'm just going to wipe away all the excess shadows and then we'll use concealer to get it absolutely perfectly precise. Nice and easy. Right, that's pretty good. This is why I do my eye makeup before like the rest of my face when I'm doing a look like this, because then you can just pile on the concealer without any worries in the world of it going all cakey and yucky. You can just wipe off what you need to and going straight back in with that same brush. And I like to go towards my temple. I don't really go towards my brow. For me, I just feel like I think it's my eye shape. I just think it looks better a little bit more out rather than up. But if you do prefer the up shape, you know what to do. And then flipping my brush, I'm just going to blend. And now let's just pop on our foundation. We can continue doing like the bottom of the eye. Already though, look, like, good, love it. Right, I need to go wash my sponge and wet it. It's been squashed, can you tell? Like, why? What's happened here? Okay, anyways, here it is before and after. Here's the after. Nice and clean. I just used my solid brush cleaner by XO Beauty, and here we go. I don't know what foundation to use, so I don't really have a new one other than the Bobbi Brown one, but I still haven't done a first impression on. Shit, I just keep forgetting. Oh my god, I'm useless. I still can't figure out which one of these is my best shade. I bought like more, and I just feel like can't figure it. Like, is this one probably my best one right now? Maybe that one. I feel like the shade 30 Warm Yellow. I don't know. I'm just gonna wing this. We're gonna use this Stay Naked by Urban Decay Weightless Liquid Foundation. I've got 20 NN and 40 WY. I'm gonna start with the paler one. I might just do like 2 pumps of the pale, 1 pump of the darker. What I'm gonna do is just mix it on my face with the paddle brush. Smear it out, girlfriend. And then go in with my sponge and just pat that in. That's actually like a pretty perfect colour. Love that for me. There's fireworks going off. Is that a firework? I swear to god I just heard like a firework. I suppose it's getting close to Guy Fawkes, isn't it? Yay. I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely more for like making fireworks like event only thing rather than like just any Joe Blogs being able to go get it, just because like I don't mind if everyone just stuck to the rules and like let off fireworks on the Guy Fawkes night rather than like constantly for like a month before and after and you just don't know when it's gonna happen. Like, I'd be fine. I just can't stand people that just let them off willy-nilly, and like my freaking pets get so anxious to the point where like Louis will not like come out from underneath my desk. He will just like sit under my desk and cry and whimper, and I feel so bad for him because I can't explain what's happening to him. I'm gonna do one more layer. I just think it's so unnecessary. Like, I don't know, that's just my opinion. There's so many idiots out there with freaking fireworks with them, but hey, I hate being like a fun sponge also. Like, don't like being a fun sponge, but it's just one of those things. I think like the older you get, the more you realize like, you know, the effect on animals and people that like get freaked out by them. Like, it's not ideal. But then I know kids love them and stuff, but geez, it's just irritating. Like right now it's like 12 on the dot, lunchtime, and someone, I swear to God, just let off a fire. They must be testing them or something. It was one of those ones that like screams. It's like that was a really good impression, thanks. Okay, low-key, like that's seamless. Yeah, I just heard another one. That's a firework. If I've ever heard a firework, I think Louis should be fine because they're like not the huge banging ones, but it's still annoying. Okay, so on top of the primer, by the way, blends on nicely. I can't see that much of a difference in my pores, to be honest though. Like, this foundation does usually look really nice on my skin as is, so didn't really make that much of a difference, I have to say. Just checked on Louis and Zeus and they are fast asleep, so we are good. I'm just going to add some concealer under my eyes, and then I will set that with my MAC contour kit. Just this yellowish color right here. Oh my gosh, I just realized why it's so quiet. I'm listening to no music right now. Like while I do my makeup, I'm like, something's weird. I don't know how people do makeup without listening to music. It's, or like something, you know, YouTube or whatever. Like that's okay too, but nothing, just like silence. Like, okay. To contour before I set, I'm going to use Sunset by Ofra, which is one of my favorite cream contours. I kind of put it just above where I want it to really be, so that when I blend it, it just like sits exactly where it needs to be. Does that even make sense? Like, I have no idea. Anyways, this is a face definer brush. This is one of the marble ones in particular, but it also comes in the black. I'm just going to tap this out until it's like really well blended. Freaking sideburns getting in the way. Use this brush with powder or creams. I'm just using the bum of the sponge where I haven't applied, like I haven't got any product on there, just to get extra seamless. And then just on this area down here, we can see that the foundation hasn't covered it perfectly, so I'm just going to add some fuller coverage concealer just there. I've actually got this one for breakouts by MAC. It's called the Spot Concealer with SPF in it. I'm going to wipe it straight on my hand. It does have like this little brush which you can, well, it's not a brush, it's like a little silicone tip, so you can just wipe it down, which is very hygienic, so you don't spread bacteria from your breakouts. None of these are like active breakouts, I don't think, but I'm just going to put it on my hand anyway. And then use my sponge and just apply over the area. It's a really good concealer. I've used this a few times in videos, but sometimes I forget about it when I'm like doing these, like covering these. Because it dries quite like thick, so you know sometimes like on top of breakouts, like it's really hard to like really cover the redness, and like they kind of like the foundation separates. This product doesn't separate so much, and the SPF in it just helps it to protect your skin from getting those scars, because when you have like acne scars and then the sun hits your skin, if you're not wearing SPF, it can actually make the scars worse. Like, it's best to keep them out of the sun, so sun protection is really important to help them not get darker. Oh my gosh, I feel like I can't breathe. What is going on? My nose is like so clogged up. Hey fever. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna set this now using this very sad, oh wait, no, this isn't sad. But this is my sad one. So sad. I think I'm gonna retire him. This is MAC Studio Fix Powder, which is just one of my forever favorites. I'm going straight over the top of where we contoured to, and it's just gonna look beautiful and natural. And just doing like a very thin dusting over my brows just helps them look a little bit more natural also, like rather than like shiny from my moisturizer. And then wiping off the excess product off the brush we used before, I'm going to go into my MAC contour kit again, which we used under the eyes. I'm just going to intensify a little bit over this contour just at the very like deepest part, like the closest to my ear area. Just gonna blend that. And then I'm going to use Global Glow by MAC, which I used the other day, and it's just like shit. Every time I use this, I just love it, and it's just super glowy, which is always like the look I'm kind of aiming for. And it's like quite orangey. I love it. I'm using a medium face brush to buff it on, and also down my nose, and it will kind of highlight my nose too, like 2-in-1. Oh, it's so pretty. If you don't like as much bronzer as me, you know what to do as well. Don't use so much. I'm a huge bronzer girl. It just adds so much shape to my skin, my face, and the color. Like, it just looks healthy to me. Just a little extra pop of blush. This is Peaches by MAC. I'm not purposefully using lots of MAC right now, it's just happening. And I'm just going to go back in with my powder brush and make sure everything's blended good. For highlighter. Do I have a new one? I think this is the only new one I've got by Pop Beauty, the Prismatic Pop Palette. Looks like this. I feel like we're gonna have to use this color at the top because I think a pink will just be like too full on right now. Ooh, pretty. Look at that. It's prettier than I thought it would be. So yeah, we're gonna use this peachy kind of tone. It's kind of got like a pink reflect to it and then a very peachy base, and I'm going to use a detail face brush to apply it. This brand's super cheap. Yeah, it's got a like pink reflect. It's actually stunning. I don't mind it with the look actually. Like I was thinking of going for something a little bit more gold, but it is nice, and it actually is so smooth. It's not glittery. It's very, very glowy rather than glittery. I rate that. That's really pretty. Go get it before it's gone. I feel like it's not permanent, like it seems to be some kind of maybe limited edition type of thing. Alrighty, now on that waterline, I'm going to go back in with my little blender brush. I think I'm just going to take Wicker again, just do a very soft amount, just right underneath, because that's where I get like my little creasing and wrinkles. So using eyeshadow there just kind of helps to disguise it. Very handy. Ow, I just stabbed myself in the eye like 3 times in a row. When will I learn? Ooh. And then I'm going to do just a little bit of Honey Dude by Colourpop. Jokes. This is actually Mr. Right by The Balm. And it's in, is it just Mr. Right? I guess. Nude eyeliner. Inner Corner. Once again, we're going to use Manuka. I'm using like 2 layers of that one and just pressing that on dry just to really get that kind of spotlight effect. Maybe a little bit more up here. So pleased with how that looks. I'm just going to add a little bit of brow gel and then we'll do our lashes. This is the MAC brow set. So much MAC. In Beguile. Oops, I got it all over my brow bone. I'll just let it dry and then wipe it off with a Q-tip. Alright, now for my lashes today, I'm going to use some of my stacked lashes. These are in the Boss, and these ones look like they low-key look terrifying off because they look really spiky and chunky. Honestly though, I feel like these might be my bridal ones, maybe. These ones, whoa. I love the tease, which looks like this. But these are the Boss. I'm going to use them today. I'm going to show you how they look, just because this would be really pretty bridal makeup anyway. And they're like perfectly like semi-dramatic. I don't know if you guys will be able to see, but look, see how they're like double layered? Can you kind of see? On the website there's better pictures, but I've got like double layers there. The camera is like struggling to pick it up. They're so stunning and fluttery. You can kind of see on the angles, see? Like there's just 2 layers. They're so flirty and stunning. So anyways, this is how my lashes look before and after. Do you see what I mean? Like they're just so flirty and pretty. I just trimmed them a little bit. The glue is definitely still drying, so please don't mind that. I'm just using my XO Beauty lash applicator tweezer to squeeze them together. So on the lower lashes, I don't want to go all black. By the way, I used my Ofra mascara. This one, the volumizing HD mascara on top. And then on the bottom lashes, I'm going to use my They're Real primer. Like tinted primer, because it's a little bit softer. My lashes are so long that they are like touching my under eye, so I'm just going to blot off the ends and just wait for that to dry and clean that up too. Alright, while we wait though, I'm going to do my lips. So I have a new Mari lip pencil because my last one I've misplaced. I'll find it somewhere, it'll be somewhere. And I'm gutted because I got it quite small and I was like, I'm going to finish this, and I always lose them before I can finish them. And applying that. Now this, I'll show you, is probably going to be my lip combo for my wedding day. So Mari lip pencil, but then Deja Vu lipstick on top, which is so pretty. And I will use like a little gloss on my actual wedding day, which you guys will see that closer to the time. But just in the meantime, I'm just going to pop on some of Bubbly by Anastasia Beverly Hills. So pretty. Setting spray. Look, I'm getting low. To purchase some more ASAP. Okay, I'm gonna do my hair and I'll be right back. I'm just gonna like brush it out and just, I don't know, just make it look a little bit less messy. Alright, so just to show you how I'm doing my hair, I decided to curl it because, I don't know, it's looking a bit frizzy and I feel like every time I curl my hair, it just looks lovely, and I didn't feel like doing straight hair. So I'm just using this huge curling barrel and just flattening the hair against it in big sections like this, all in the same direction. I don't have to hold it for too long. Just let it cool down in my hand like that. Boom. And this one I'll probably just do it all together. I just kind of finger comb it first just to smooth out the hairs and make sure they're all going in the same direction. Flatten the hair, wrap it around. And there we go. Okay, I'm going to switch this off and jam it between here. This is like how I let it cool down. And I've got this big GHD brush. I'm just going to comb through. Now for my actual wedding hair, I don't know if the vlog's up yet or not, but I did vlog myself getting it done, and I'm doing something very textured and voluminous because I wanted something different to how I always do my hair, which is literally like this. But it's still like me, if that makes sense. Like it's not something completely left field, like it's not like some elaborate hair that I would never normally wear. Like it's still something I would wear myself and do myself if I knew how. I just don't know how. And then I'm going to take a little bit of this, which has definitely been a favourite. The Got To Be Foam Dry Shampoo. It comes out like this. It's by Shaaanxo. And then you just kind of like, boom. My hair's like so thick right now, which I shouldn't be complaining about, but holy moly. I'm just gonna run it through. And the scent is so fresh, like it just smells like clean hair. And it goes in and it feels a little bit wet at first, and then it just dries perfectly. Gives a bit of volume and just makes your hair feel so much cleaner. If you like me and go to the gym but don't wash your hair daily. So I don't like to wash my hair daily, I don't think it's very good for it. And obviously like you get a bit sweaty if you like me. So it just helps to freshen up the hair, keeps it from looking real flat and oily and smelling bad and stuff like that. And yeah, now as I go like this, it feels like it's drying. It dries real quick, it's weird. I don't know, I've been loving it. Ever since I got it, I've just been using it like every time. I got that in PR. Oh my god, what's happened back here? Quick brush again, I think. And there we go. That is the finished look. That's how my hair looks with it. I love this makeup. I think it's perfect everyday makeup if you want something a little touch more glam for day to day. You could also just skip doing some of the dark outer corner work and just leave it a little bit more light and bright and fresh, and then not use so much colour on that crease. Like, you know, when I first went in, just leave it there. I intensified mine and made it a little bit darker just because I like that look, but if you just do it a little bit lighter, it's even better. The skin looks bomb. I love it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Are the lashes covered now? Yeah, that glow's pretty dry, thank goodness. I was worried it wasn't going to dry because I put on a bit too much. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!